Let's take a look at our tail of the tape for our upcoming welterweight bout. Tough debut draw for Allesandro Rodriguez, taking on Westside Dion Young.
Yeah, Allesandro Rodriguez giving up a lot of height to Dion Young, but not a lot of reach. He must have long arms, training out of Las Vegas, Nevada at Extreme Couture, going up against the Movement Boxing and Dion Young. Undefeated Westside Dion Young taking on the debuter in Allesandro Rodriguez. Can't wait.
Dion Young thus far undefeated, credits his fight IQ. Now you mentioned, Jonathan, some of the difficulties he went through in his last fight against Emmanuel Graham. He came in, having financial problems. He was living out of his car. His head coach was sick. He was training by himself. He overcame that for another first-round win, and right after that signs the contract with UNF and looking to rack up another victory here, but not if Rodriguez can play spoiler. Dion Young in the white taking on Allesandro Rodriguez.
Dion Young already working the long punches, utilizing that jab and that right cross.
And Ashley, you know a lot about the skill set of Young as he talks about skill, will, work ethic. Your thoughts on Westside?
Well, just when I thought he was a knockout artist, he got a submission that last fight, so I don't know what to expect from him. He looks cool, calm, and composed right here. I like he's trying to cut his opponent off. Oh.
There we go.
Interesting tidbit is Rodriguez actually called out Dion Young. He was asking for this fight, and now he's got it. Careful what you ask for, Todd.
Absolutely. Yeah, not too many people are taking the number to face Westside Dion Young. And again, Dion Young with 3 first-round finishes, 2 by knockout, including an 11-second knockout of the night over Patrick Becker. So Dion Young's got dynamite in those gloves. I'll tell you, Rodriguez is powerful, guys.
Yeah.
You got to hand it to Rodriguez for even accepting this as his first pro fight. Come on.
Moments ago, Rodriguez threw that knee up the middle, showing his toughness.
Dion Young doing a great job like a matador, just kind of tossing Rodriguez to the side there as he went in for the double leg.
A little bit more of a measured, controlled pace by Westside here thus far, Ashley. Usually this guy, as we talk about, doesn't get paid by the hour with those quick finishes.
Yep, I noticed it, but you know what? I think that's a sign of a veteran, someone who understands they got to read their opponent and not just rush in and get clipped. So I commend Westside.
Dion Young there going for a head kick after Rodriguez lands one. Nice inside leg kick for Rodriguez.
Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, coming up on 3 minutes to go in this first round of action, welterweight division. Boy, looking for the big overhand right there.
Yep.
Rodriguez again trying to get in on the hips of Dion Young, but Dion doing a good job of keeping the vertical base here and preventing the takedown so far. Rodriguez doing a little chatter in there.
Okay, I see the trash talk.
Absolutely, and Young now, he tried to go upstairs, now going downstairs with these leg kicks.
Both fighters landing there.
Tell you, what I've seen thus far out of Allesandro Rodriguez is he certainly doesn't back down whatsoever.
Not at all.
Big, tough dude in there in this welterweight division.
Certainly deserves to be in there with Dion Young so far. Dion being very patient here. You mentioned a much more methodical approach to his assault, usually very aggressive.
Wondering how hard it was to study for an opponent who's making a debut. How much tape was there on him?
Yeah, certainly not much out there. And Rodriguez out of Extreme Couture in Vegas, fight capital Las Vegas, certainly has some film and some UNF film to study on Dion Young.
I like a good SoCal versus Vegas fight, 2 of the fight capitals of the world.
One of the media day interviews, Westside Dion Young and Eat Sleeps MMA said that a couple times he got caught by his girlfriend because they'd be out on a date, they'd be going to dinner, and he'd get up from the table and get a little shadow boxing in.
Oh man, you got to have an understanding girlfriend for that one.
Dion starting to get loose here, landing a nice jab and a head kick there.
You can hear the crowd coming alive, chanting Dion as well, and the head kick again, attempt now going downstairs, both men. Inside a minute to go here in round one, the human game of chess in full effect. Inside leg kick there by Young.
You already see a little bit of a hematoma on the right leg of Rodriguez from those nasty outside leg kicks. Nothing will sway your momentum or your movement more than getting chopped to the right on top of the knee.
Came in with a nice sharp right hand there, did Dion Young, Ashley.
I feel like Rodriguez is ducking his head too much. He's going to eat a right head kick pretty soon here if Dion Young could time it right.
Rodriguez doing his best to try to turn this into a brawl, but Dion Young acting like the tactician he is and just pecking away from the outside.
Inside 10 seconds to go, and if Allesandro Rodriguez survives this first round, which it looks as if he will, he's doing something that not many have, and that's survive.
That was great there. He finished real strong at the end. So important to put a stamp on it for the judges, you know. Some say that the last couple seconds the judges pay close attention to, and that was good for Rodriguez right there.
First round is in the books. We'll be back with our second round right after this.
UNF fighters are the future of the fight game. Check out UpNextFighting.com for tickets and live streams of upcoming events, view fighter profiles, and connect with us on social media for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. UpNext Fighting, the future of the fight game.
It's a bit of a methodical pace in round one, but as you alluded to, Ashley, fools rush in, and Rodriguez doesn't want to make a costly mistake in his debut. Dion Young doesn't want to make a costly mistake, and perhaps that O will go in that undefeated record, and we'll see what round two has in store. Trying to change levels is Rodriguez. Bull rushes him up against the cage.
Nice knees from Dion Young.
Playtime might be over here, guys.
All right, yep. Oh. Wow, and that's what I thought would happen.
Flurry of strikes by Westside Dion Young.
No more feeling out period, guys.
Indeed.
Dion Young starting around much more aggressive than he did the first round. And you see the movement of Rodriguez has already started to slow, perhaps, from those outside leg kicks starting to pay dividends. You see some bruising to the inside of the thigh as well.
Young was measuring him there with that shot. Pace slows again momentarily. But boy, I'll tell you, if looks could kill, Dion Young was staring daggers through Allesandro Rodriguez.
Dion Young using a lot of feints here and feigning with his hip like he's going to throw a kick, trying to create some openings.
We got blood.
Yeah, blood streaming. We had a body kick there too, though, by Rodriguez. He hangs in there. He's tough. He's tough very much in this fight. But yeah, you called it, Ashley. Blood streaming there from the nose of Rodriguez. Probably during that early round two flurry by Young.
Yeah, Dion must have clipped him with something nice on the inside. A little bit of a cut to the bridge of the nose of Rodriguez. But again, chopping away. Look at that leg.
Yeah.
Looks like hamburger meat.
Getting tenderized, and you see a lot of fighters eat too many of those. They end up having to switch stance. They get out of their game plan. I mean, what is going through the mind and the body of Rodriguez eating those leg kicks and where he's at right now?
I mean, he needs to make a choice. He needs to either step in or start checking those. He can't just take them like that with no answer, unanswered. He's just going to keep getting kicked over and over. You think it's red now? Imagine what it looks like tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I'd like to see Dion now switch and go to the calf kick, as he did. Changing levels on the leg there. Really starting to starch the movement of Rodriguez, who's plodding with his legs now and not springing off his toes like he was in the first round.
You've talked about, Ashley, Rodriguez, when the fight gets in the phone book, often will duck his head down. I mean, I'm just imagining if Westside could come up the middle with a knee, maybe an uppercut, could be trouble.
Even a beautiful teep, you know? I know Dion's got that length, and if he's got that flexibility to teep up the middle,
Starting to throw punches in bunches, trying to use some head movement now. Desperation takedown attempt by Rodriguez, but couldn't complete it.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful Kosoto, judo.
I'm not sure, but I think Rodriguez blew him a kiss, and that made Dion Young really angry.
He could kiss himself goodbye if this continues, guys. Oh wow. Out the back door.
Okay, we spoke too soon.
Rodriguez is tough.
Do not count him out. And he's back, walking forward. This guy is tough. He's making Dion Young work for this one.
Out of Vegas. I think he's tougher than a steak at the Circus buffet.
I don't eat meat. I'll have to take your word for that one, Todd.
Dion Young looking for an opening here, looking to explode through like he just did.
Been a much more prolific round for Dion Young, but as you say that, Rodriguez going nowhere, staying right in the pocket.
I want to see that right head kick from Dion Young so bad. He's tired, is Allesandro, and he's ducking his head so much.
You know, he could utilize those leg kicks to set that head kick up, too. I'd like to see him go back to chopping that thigh and then changing levels and throwing that head kick that you're calling for, Ashley, because that would certainly create the opening.
Yes, you're right.
Rodriguez showing some movement, circling, and staying away from more of those leg kicks as you called for there, guys. And again, you can see the swelling on those legs, but with that circling, not doing a whole lot to set up any offense yet.
No, Dion seems to abandon. Oh, there he goes. Now he's going back to chopping away.
Beautiful cage control and cage awareness by Dion Young. He keeps coming back to the center, drawing him in, and then going. Beautiful.
And and if it ends up going his way for Dion Young, I think this is valuable cage time, right? He's got 3 first-round submissions, victories, knockouts and submission. And he's able to be a little more composed and get some more experience in there in the cage.
Now he can take his own tape and learn from his own performance, and that's invaluable.
Round comes to a close.
UNF fighters are the future of the fight game. Check out UpNextFighting.com for tickets and live streams of upcoming events, view fighter profiles, and connect with us on social media for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. UpNext Fighting, the future of the fight game.
Westside has been a prolific finisher thus far, but he's in there with a very tough as nails opponent, and Allesandro Rodriguez. We'll see if Dion Young can put him away here in round 3, or if perhaps Rodriguez battle tested. You see it, scars of battle all over his face. Maybe Rodriguez can catch lightning in a bottle in his debut.
On my scorecard, I have Allesandro Rodriguez in need of a one-hitter-quitter home run shot or a submission here. I have Dion Young firmly in control, 2 rounds to none.
Well, as we've seen many times, you don't want to necessarily leave it in the hands of the judges, that's for sure. And the first round may have been somewhat tough to call. But you're right. Rodriguez really needs to dig down deep and empty the clip here in round 3.
Yeah, he's got to make a statement here. If he wants to win this fight, he's got to punctuate his punches with some serious power and some snap. And it's really hard to do that when your legs have been, robbed of all of their equilibrium from those nasty leg kicks.
Yeah, I bet they start to feel awfully heavy.
I'm curious as to whether Dion will try to coast here, thinking he's got it in the bag, or if he's going to put a stamp on it in the third as well.
If he does, it'll show, a little more measured and nuanced approach by Dion Young, but I don't know that that's in his playbook.
One thing Dion's doing that I don't agree with is he's following Rodriguez. He needs to cut the cage off. There he goes. Create a little bit more of an angle and prevent Rodriguez from moving at will.
He's got to go up the middle. Dion goes up the middle, and
yeah, it's been there. It's been there for him throughout the fight.
I'll take an uppercut, something.
Yeah. Hasn't elected to throw that just yet. Counter of Rodriguez, asking for more action, asking for him to counter. And not happening at the moment, but we'll see. You got that powder keg mentality, like anything could happen at any second in this one. But Young is picking them apart with more volume striking here, Ashley. Making them count.
I mean, he's just got him stuck against the cage. He's picking him up. Oh.
And now starting to pick up the pace again, and you can hear The crowd here in Commerce, California senses it.
Dion starting to flurry again, and it's all working behind that lead jab, setting everything up like a boxing purist here, working behind that one.
High level of output by Dion Young. I'm wondering how many shots he's thrown so far.
Yeah, the punch stats would certainly be in the corner of Dion Young so far.
And a little mix, and there you see Rodriguez getting low again. Little mix here as Dion Young is not coasting. He's throwing a lot of shots, but he's not taking unnecessary risk
He's
as
not,
well.
but he's going up the middle now finally. Oh.
The official might take a good look at this. If this onslaught continues unanswered, shots.
Okay, it's over. Oh.
Rodriguez not necessarily agreeing with that, of course, but when you got a guy like Rodriguez making his debut, the officials got to look out for his health and welfare.
You just got to listen to the ref. You don't know it in the moment, but he's got your best interest in mind for sure.
He gave him a warning. He told him, show me something. He had the opportunity to fight through it, but Dion taking a relaxing little Nick Diaz lay down there.
He earned a nap.
And this is what we were talking about, guys. What a character.
Sure is, and will improve to a perfect 5-0. And again, just the sky's the limit for this guy. Were you impressed with what you saw this time out by Westside Dion Young?
I would say, Todd, even more so than past quick knockouts. You know, this showed a developing fighter who is not only learning but gaining more confidence and cage awareness as well, which is so important.
We're going to head back inside the cage here momentarily to make it all official. Christian Cole, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight has come to a stop in round number 3 at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Due to TKO for your winner, Dion Westside Young!
Westside Young, another finish, gets the TKO victory. Took him a little bit more time, but proved to be maybe a little bit, and now some tempers flaring here, barely.